Buongiorno friends, this is Ray and welcome back to the Port of Indecision channel. We just got back from a 23-day adventure we're calling the Best of Italy and Croatia. We spent 3 days in Venice before taking a train down to Ravenna to board the Celebrity Constellation. Our first port of call was Trieste, followed by Zadar. Then we went to Brindisi, Italy, crossing the Adriatic Sea. We then came back across the Adriatic Sea to Kotar, then to Split, Croatia. We toured the walls of Dubrovnik, and then after touring Dubrovnik, we had a day at sea as we sailed around the boot of Italy, and we went between Italy and Sicily, and we headed to the Amalfi Coast where we docked in Salerno and then went to see the Pompeii ruins. The next day we sailed back up to Civitavecchia where we got a train and went into Rome and spent a day touring there before we traveled up by train to Florence and then down to Siena, and then we spent a day in the Tuscan wine country before heading back along the coast, and we stopped in San Gimignano and then took a train to Cinque Terre, spent 3 days there, and then finished up our trip in Milan and Lake Como. In today's episode, the Celebrity Constellation has docked in Salerno, Italy, and we've hired a driver to take us from the port up to the Pompeii ruins, where we'll meet with our guide, tour the ruins, and then in the afternoon, go to a winery at the foot of Mount Vesuvius for lunch. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up as this helps the channel. Leave a comment, we'd love to hear from you. And if this is your first time to the Port of Indecision, don't forget to subscribe. It's free.
We sailed from the port of Indecision.
Hello friends, it's Ray and welcome back to the Port of Indecision. We are in Salerno, Italy, getting ready to head to Pompeii to see the ruins. We're with our guide today, Carmine.
We met our driver Carmine at the end of the pier there in Port Salerno, had a short walk to his car, and we were on the road heading up to Pompeii, which was about a 30-minute drive, and it was beautiful, blue skies on this Sunday morning, and we were in Pompeii before we knew it.
You know, we got an expression, a musician changed, but the music's still the same, you know. Anyway, this is actually such a beautiful area because when you actually docking to Salerno, because you know Naples is going to be on the other side into the Bay of Naples, you are very close to one of the most spectacular drive in the world. It's called the Amalfi Drive. So the Amalfi Drive, I'm going to show you as soon as we're getting on the top. It was declared by UNESCO World Heritage Site. In America, you have something like that. It goes under the name of Pacific Highway, the one passing go through Sausalito, Monterey, you know. A1. Probably whatever makes my coastline even more spectacular is because everything is like a dramatic cliff, and we have villages built on the cliff side, which is I love. Usually to keep the temperature warm, and then you see we got our beautiful mountains protecting from when it was like 2,000 miles.
So is Rome like the line where people south of Rome are?
Yes,
okay.
This is actually the middle of the country, you know?
Okay.
We consider then up to Florence the north.
Okay.
And this is actually the beginning of the south, from Naples, you know?
From Naples, okay.
Naples, yes. Soil, because it's all volcanic ash. We are famous for what in America you call the Roma tomatoes.
Oh, yeah.
We call the San Marzano, which is not any prego sauce. Prego just means you're welcome.
Yeah.
And also the cherry tomatoes. Today You are going to get your fresh spaghetti sauce with the cherry tomatoes from Mount Vesuvius, because it's going to be wine tasting plus lunch with our lovely spaghetti. Also, the pasta was invented in my area, like the pizza was invented in Naples. Fix.
Love this.
So I noticed it's spelled with one I or two I's.
No, it's the English version is a 2
Two I, and then the Italian is one I. Okay. Because I thought I misspelled every.
Even Napoli, you know, we got the Napoli. This is Naples, you know.
Yeah.
One traveler tip is to book a driver-guide combination. The driver gets you to Pompeii, the guide will have the tickets and get you past this line. But once you get inside the gates, it's just normal crowds and everybody's walking to and from.
You're coming from Naples? Salerno. Salerno. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Perfect. So I'm pretty sure that on the way coming here, you did recognize our public enemy number one. Not the traffic, the volcano.
Yeah.
Behind the trees. I don't want to scare you, you heard about it. It's one of the most dangerous volcanoes in the world. Still active, it's only asleep. But it might wake up anytime. Do you remember when the last explosion was? 44, World War II. Before that one, 1908. Before, 47 years before. I mean, every 45, 50 years, the volcano wakes up. Now, overdue. No, we have a lot of scientists that are studying on this volcano. They say it might happen again in about 25, 30 years. We don't know exactly when. What we do know is that the next one is going to be a strong one, because the power is building up and up. But you know that 2,000 years ago, 79 AD, the volcano exploded, burying the city of Pompeii. Not only Pompeii. Have you heard about Herculano?
Yes.
Stabia, Oplonti, and even another city inland, Nocera. 5 Roman cities completely buried from the volcano. We had no idea there was a city down below. We built above them. That's why we compare this area like to be a huge lasagna. Like lasagna, but layers. If you remove the Roman layer, 100%, you see walls, decoration, columns, marble from the Greeks, the Etruscans, the Samnites. Each of them with something in the layers. Now all together, we're going to see the last layer of the lasagna, the Roman layer. Just to give you an idea, before moving, how advanced the Romans were. See this building over here? Those little rooms? They're bedrooms. They found remains of beds inside, facing the ocean. You're not kidding. A 5-star luxury hotel. Not only for the ocean view, sir. Down here, you see the plastic roofs where they're working now, even over here? They found water pipes. It was a swimming pool, roofless infinity, like the infinity pool we built.
Lava flow eruptions are less dangerous than the explosive. Explosive eruptions.
Well, notice there are 2 entrances, left and right. You notice the one on the left, the entrance for people, pedestrians. You see the steps? The one we're going to use is one. Can you guess who is the entrance for?
Animals.
Well, we all talked about that. We talked about horses, chariots. You know why? Commercial city, on the harbor, on the ocean. They had to enter in Pompeii. We were sure about that. Moving on, we understood we made a mistake. Horses, chariots were entering in Pompeii, not from here. See on the floor, these perhaps the marks left by the wheels. Not really existing. Believe me, if we were entering today from some of the other gates around the city wall, as soon as you step in, you see the marks left by the chariots. Well, why not from here, even though we are on the harbor, the ocean? See the way I'm talking? Too steep. The steep slope rendered impossible. The end.
He said these rocks are 2,000 years old.
This is the original road.
This is the original.
Wow. These are originals.
The door suspended.
You got chariot marks in them coming up.
Crazy. I forgot to put this bump in the road here. I wonder if that's where the wheels have to
Yeah,
go through.
so that's why they have it this way, so the chariots can come
Wow.
up here.
I'll take good movies for.
You see the ocean behind you.
Oh, it's 4
Wow.
miles away.
Relax.
How long before, after 79, did they really start?
Well, years later. Years and years later. But then they understood it was a volcano, they understood it was not a good idea to build another city around it. They learned Today we don't learn. So around the volcano we had 3.5 million people living. Not going to be easy to evacuate all those crazy Napoleons if the volcano wakes up. But the scientists will tell us 3-4 months before the next one. You will understand sidewalks are not existing. Modern cities, the decoration we are forming. 2,000 years, you can still see the decoration. See how many people they step over here? A year, not less than 6-7 million they step on this side. You can still see the design on it. You know, it's only look at the skeleton. Blocks of marble original. We have no idea about the owner of the house. Houses in Pompeii are always called after the discovery. Down there was a decoration. See the fresco on the wall? It's missing today because it was bombed during World War II.
Really?
It was Romolo and Remo, not existing anymore. So house of Romolo and Remo. No idea who was the owner, but we are sure about that. The owner of the house was always the owner of the shops. One on the right, one on the left. House and shops. Can you guess what he built here, for example? He's here on the left. What did he build here? Well, later I'm going to show you the best preserve of the 187 found till today bar, restaurant. What do we say for business today? Location, location, location. Yeah, very good. Back then by the ocean. So
A bar.
A bar, a restaurant. A bar. But there were containers for food. The best one we're going to see later is completely covered by shiny making business. So easy to recognize a boutique, a bar, or shop, even on your own. You just need to see the entrance. See those maps left by the doors? You know what kind of door they had 2,000 years ago? Wooden sliding doors.
Wow.
Using today, sir.
Wow.
Bombs, volcano explosion.
You're always behind. Come on, come on. You're always behind.
I didn't want to see the bar.
Patty was waiting on her drink.
Did you see the road here? See how small it is? There's a reason why it's better than what we're going to see later. Remember the earthquake in the 62 that the southernmost of the city? You know, this road is leading to the harbor. Commercial city is so important. So they did fix this road before the volcano exploded. And they even brought news talking about constructions. See the blocks of lava? See the little white marble pieces? Everywhere. Can you guess why they did it?
Decoration?
But there's even a practical use of it. Can you imagine, the only thing which was not existing back then here was the electricity.
Oh.
Just think about entering Pompeii, but during the night.
Oh, really?
Lights.
Believe me, they're shining, they're reflective. Today we're calling that we have reflectors without the plastic.
Yeah.
If you come in summer, sir, you will see in the night the boats, they stop in the middle of the ocean to show the road. And you can see this road by the ocean.
Wow.
Shining, a beautiful show to see this road during the night. Another half was this one. See the holos here, something over here?
Yes.
No, like torches, olive oil lamps.
Oh.
Even when not, you can tell they could tie up the horse, the chariot, before moving to the house, the shop, the restaurant. Parking spots.
Wow.
Well, have you been to Roma?
Okay, want
Have
to
you been
picture
to
that?
Rome? You do walk around the city. I'm pretty sure in Rome you never saw the blocks you see there in the middle of the road. See three enormous blocks. But in the United States, you have those blocks everywhere. How do you call them today? The original speed bumps.
Speed, those are
No,
rich.
sir. The
original-
Pompeian chariots, huge wheels, standard gauge. They slow down through the blocks, the animal above it at the other side. Speed bump.
Wow.
Why only Pompeii? You remember
Wow.
the video I showed you during 20 days? The road, pretty much plenty of water. Dirty, donkey, horses, animals.
Speed bumps.
You could cross the road by a sidewalk to the other one. Like speed bumps and stepping stones during the rainy days.
Wow.
Always a double bash.
Wow.
See how beautiful it is. Did you see the upper floor? Still standing a little bit. Well, you heard about this word basilica. Basilica comes from an Etruscan word, basileum, the meaning the house of the king. The only one who could judge us back then, king. Today, house of God. We took the name and we stole the layout. 1, 2, 3 corridors, like in our churches. Colonnade. There was a roof gallery all around the square. People could step on the first floor, walking all around to better control what was happening down here. Business, politics, meetings. Notice the north side of the square, two columns. The main temple. The temple dedicated to the Capitoline Triad. You know, Triad, three main divinities. Jupiter in the middle. You see Jupiter among the columns, on the back of the columns, his face. At the side, there were two beautiful ladies, Juno and his wife, Minerva Italia. All the Roman city, always the main temple, the main square. You know, the floor. That's not imitation, that's marble. Yeah, you can tell down that is a lot. In the middle, missing almost all of it. How comes? It was not destroyed by the first occupation. Somebody stole it. You remember the one of the idea, the King of Naples, 1748, Charles III? Everything you found there, from here, with beautiful private residences.
So this statue is actually modern art. They did a show here in the Forum, and when they were removing the art, the artist passed away, and there was nobody to claim this art, and it remains here in Pompeii.
The lower one is called Monte Somma. Bigger one on the left, the volcano Vesuvius. If you please do that, if you put your hands together, like among the lower one, the big one, they connect to each other, you can understand how big the volcano was looking like. Today is 1,300 meters, back then no less than 3,000 feet, no less than that. Do you remember Plinius the Younger? Half on the mountain. Yes, or
It is all marble. This is marble? But
Yeah.
not the same
Not
as the
Carrara,
white. Right.
no, not the best part of Puma.
Because he stole all of it.
He stole all of it. If you go to the
who's
Royal
stolen?
Palace Caserta, that's why it's amazing. All the marble, all the decoration, most of them over there.
What year did he steal it?
When he started digging over here, 1748 he started. Of course, all the son, the family kept getting stuff from here.
Is that the same guy who, when they discovered it, said
Yeah,
to
the
dig?
same guy.
Oh, so he
1748,
wasn't
the
doing
historian.
it from a humanitarian.
Yeah, it was even. If you make a damage, you make another one. Try to make it on marble with your hands. If you make a mistake, there is no matching anymore. And you're never gonna go to your owner telling him, sorry, I made a little mistake. Another block of marble might kill you. Better be good.
Wow.
So it's a major shadow.
Yeah. To get a good pic. Here, let me help you, babe.
You're fine.
We can actually get them together.
Boy, you gotta watch your feet on these things.
An amazing spa. So this word spa, S-P-A. You know, it's a Latin acronym. Salus cur aqua. It's getting well by using the water. Right? A Latin acronym.
What's that? Once they were taking
Feeling better. Just need to improve your sleep. Please, let's step on the mountain.
Go ahead.
You can tell stars over here falling from the sky. Maybe the atmosphere they were trying to recreate back then. We are lucky.
Oh, yeah.
Where we are was the big room scan. I'd like to show you that. On which they said, waiting the time to spot. Did you see the holes over here? You know why? Wooden beams, floating blockers. You know, food people may disappear. What you see over here, not original, bigger spot. But they found this wooden middle war. Can you look at the wooden wall? Wooden pipe cannon. see like an atlas of the planets. Yeah. Here you go to the page, it's showing another waterfall. Yeah, here it's only missing the tiny small water, mainly the compound, inside, to make the whole model on the finish, so that so this room, there was no water, but a still room, not like the sound of the salt, same system in Sharp. In the room, very different. You know, charcoal and rocks origin from the time. So they were using this stuff in the volcanoes. They just had to put water over here, steam.
Wow. This is a steam room. The water would come down onto the hot coals. These are all original.
Look what I gave you all. Remember making next elections? Vote for me. Please don't miss the ceiling. Crazy. I'm sure you went to the system shop but you know here we are just 1,000 years before or steam again. What happens to steam condensation? It goes all the way up and then it goes back on your head, rains on your head. Back then it was not existing something like that. See? Started making ridges. In this case the condensation was One, two, three, and four. See the ball blocks, the bomber guards to keep away the chariots running during the night. No, they had to drink here. They were a little bit shorter, so they had to step on the sidewalk. We are sure they had to do that. Right? See my hand? Try to move it.
Oh, yeah.
The marks, the 1,000
Wow.
hands that came at raining. Can you see on the left? Now, silly question. Do you like pizza?
Yeah.
You know the pizza oven we have today? You believe that is the same one? It's spicy. Well, I'm pretty sure I don't need to explain it to you.
Pizza.
Well,
Pizza.
No kidding.
sir, 2,000 years old, the same one we're still making today. Why I took you here, not only to show you how beautiful the oven is, even because I'd like to tell you what they found inside. Pizza was not existing yet. Tomato was brought later from South America. It was a bakery. So when they dug here, they found in this oven 82 pieces of carbonized bread.
Wow.
Well done, a little bit crispy but original. If you go on Google, you can better see many shapes. You know why? People were working here. The volcano exploded. They ran away. They left everything in the oven. The ash shut down the fire. No oxygen, no lights. They found this inside. Notice there's an inscription to the top. See the inscription. That's the name of the owner.
Wow.
Slaves had always to stamp the name of the owner right on the bread before baking it. Why? Can you believe marketing, branding, even another thing, reviews. So
It's the original sidewalk.
Oh, so going up on a Sunday?
one day after 7. It's an amazing house. It's not the biggest house, but it's beautiful, so well preserved. That's why I really love this house. Be careful, the entrance might be a little bit slippery, okay?
Okay.
We're entering not from the main entrance, from the inner garden. I'll show you the layout once we are in the middle of the house. Slowly, slowly.
Well, we sure lucked out. This house is only open one day out of the week, and it was Sunday, and here we were getting to
It was a
tour
wooden bar.
to see what a
Blocking
well-preserved
entrance.
Pompeii
Double thick.
house looked like.
Probably criminals, robberies back then as well as today, that's why. A wooden bar blocking the
A wooden bar.
So, come on, say. Four. Step over here. Bed like window section and summer section. Bedrooms all around. Notice they're pretty tiny compared to the house. Single beds always inside. Husband, wife always. big entrance compared to the them sides, the short, to catch the fresh air and the lights from the skylines. Right. Let's open right now. The entrance is right on the other side, and those people are waiting. The main entrance. Steep slope at the entrance, being honest. You know why? When you wash the house, easily the water goes outside. The atrium, see all bedrooms around. Did you notice the pool in the middle? If you see, the pool is corresponding to an opening into the roof. 11 is called compluvium, impluvium. Course of sewer. You know why? Before the invention of the Roman aqueduct, they had to catch the rainy water from the roof into the pool. From the pool into the cisterns connected. Do you notice the well, the white pillar next to the pool? That's a well. See, like, you go into the well. You see the marks like this. You need to be fast. See how crazy, amazing artists they were back then.
So the seal, what is the ceiling?
This collapsed, but back then was plenty of decorations as well. Even
was
the
it
ceiling
just a
was
wooden
decorated
ceiling?
and decorated
Oh,
with the
okay.
stucco and decorations.
That's pretty vivid for 2000 years old.
Very than Asian times. In other houses, they found taps, maybe a few remains of wine inside. Don't ask me how. Little dust. The chemists were able to get the DNA from the wines. You remember the location, it's important, right? You remember where we are? Outside the men's spa? Question for you. Imagine people, they can be after months and months and months of litigation, right? Working.
The wine. Why?
They went to the gym, to the spa, they made them friends. I'm sure they came here. They sat at the tables, a glass of wine, maybe 2 or 9. The other thing they were looking for? Companionship. Well, may I show you one of the most famous Pompeian symbols?
Oh, yeah.
It's everywhere in Pompeii. Nothing but the phallic symbol for the Romans was symbol of. Notice the arch is empty. The pool, filling the pools. Have you seen the Trevi Fountain?
Yes.
My uncle.
That's your uncle?
My uncle. The first of 10.
Oh, wow.
His grandfather, his father, my grandfather, was the one who dug here.
Wow.
We keep calling Hector, Romolo, Remo. He gave us historical names. Now, question. The market square where we're going to enter is over here. A huge market square, you know, fish, vegetable, garden, we bought. Can you imagine you went shopping there 2000 years ago, you bought a lot of stuff. How could you carry everything to your beautiful house? You may have need a delivery service, right? Can you believe that? In this taberna, there was the Saccari Corporation. See the logo?
Wow.
All you had to do is to come here to pay one of them and they were delivering everything at home. You see the priest holding the axe is going to kill the bull. Notice, the bull is always sacrificed for Roman emperors still alive. 11 is called victimarium, the one that goes to kill the victim. And together, I was trying to show you the highlights of the ancient city. I'm honest with you. What we did not see today during our visit, above all, the amphitheater. Why? You saw the Colosseum, the best example of amphitheater in the Roman world in Rome. All over Italy, we have 97 amphitheaters. All over Europe, 274, the best one in Rome. The main reason why we don't go there so often is we start walking from here without talking, we just keep following me, no less than 25-30 minutes.
Really?
Going back, sir, about 2 hours.
No.
You only could see today during our visit the amphitheater, but most probably from outside. Yesterday was closed. We went the archaeologist, the genius, Fiorelli, Giuseppe Fiorelli. He came here in the year 1884. Not so long ago, he had no sonar, no scanner, nothing to see what there was down below. Can you imagine the ancient promise 20 feet above us? We're removing the ash here, it was doing that. Why was it that? Anytime he just had a feeling of an empty space down below, he stopped the digs. He went on the surface, made several holes. From the holes, he did inject the liquid plastic.
Those are original.
What an unbelievable experience touring the ruins of Pompeii with our guide Virgilio. It exceeded all of my expectations, and Just really was an amazing thing to see. And now we're off to Cantina del Vesuvio, which is the winery run by the Russo family since 1930.
Buongiorno.
Best wine is a blend of two grapes. 80% is Piedirosso, 20% is Aglianico. And then the wine is aged 2 years in small barrels and 1 year in oak. The alcohol content is 14 and the harvest is 2021. This is our best wine. Aglianico is the most important red grape of all the region. It's considered the Barolo of the South.
We know all about Barolo. You like it better? Yeah, I do.
There was no way. I mean, they said, and there's millions of people.
White Passito. This is a blend of two white grapes, Capretone and Falangone.
This is called our pastiera. It is a very traditional Napolitan pie. It is made with ricotta cheese, grain, and candied fruits.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you.
Sounds wonderful and tastes great.
It is
Enjoy.
great.
Because they don't look beyond there. It's like being a different.
I don't remember.
What an incredible day we had on the Amalfi Coast, touring the ruins of Pompeii and then having lunch at the foot of Mount Vesuvius. Well, these days always seem to go a lot faster than they did when we were working, but it was time to head back to the ship now. And I'm going to tell you at the end of this video, there'll be a link to click on for the most incredible sail away we ever have had. The citizens of Salerno played Andrea Bocelli's Time to Say Goodbye. So make sure you click on that link and watch it. And give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave a comment. And remember, don't forget to subscribe to the Port of Indecision. It's free.